Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's good to have you back with us at Somaliland National Television, and I am Mohammed Aden here to present the English Bulletin and these are the stories making headlines. The Somaliland President unveils official transfer of Port Berbera to UAE's DP World. The Presidential Press Office issues a press release. In an event held at the Port of Berbera, the President of Somaliland transferred port responsibility to DP World. The President, accompanied by government ministers, diplomats and other esteemed officials, received the DP World delegation at the Presidential House in Berbera. A representative speaking on behalf of DP World, speaking at the event, stated,
"Whatever we do in Berbera here complements whatever we're doing in Africa. We are in 6 locations in Africa. Africa is the fastest growing economy in the world. Over 200 million people. Over 200 million people in landlocked countries in Africa where there is no port. We developed our country. Somaliland decided to rely on their own self and not to wait for handouts. Somaliland is 4 million people, a wealth of a human resource. The human resource wealth is more important than revenue. The future of Somaliland depends on the port of Berbera and the development of Berbera. The people of Dubai are so excited. They want to participate in investing here. Based on what they select, we will develop a land.
The Somaliland Minister of Foreign Affairs also spoke at the event, discussing the necessity of the agreement with DP World, and he stated,
Today is another historic day of the long history of Berbera. Berbera is one of the most ancient ports in the world. Ships from every era called upon it. It was used by the Egyptian pharaohs, the Greeks, the Romans, the Persians, the Chinese, the Turks, and later by the Europeans. The international interest passes through the Red Sea of the port of Berbera. The concession also cements the long historical relationship between the people of Somaliland and the people of the United Arab Emirates. I want you to know that in Somaliland you don't have just a commercial partner, but a friend indeed. Welcome home.
The President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohamed Mahamoud Silani, speaking at the ceremony, stated that the project aims at capacity building port services as well as improving the capacity of which the port is able to accommodate when it comes to commercial vessels anchoring at the port of Berbera. He added that this would create major employment opportunities and that it would also greatly contribute to the national economy. The Presidential Press Secretary has issued the following press statement. In a press statement issued by the Presidential Press Secretary, the President appointed 18-member comprised committee, which is sought to prepare 18 May celebrations by means of providing assistance to relieve the hardships facing the drought-impacted citizens across the country. These drought-impacted citizens would be provided with assistance when fundraisings have been achieved in the May 18 in which day Somaliland reclaimed independence. The President stated that celebrations would not take place this year as drought catastrophically impacted pastoralist citizens across the country, who are now at risk and on the brink of death, having their livestock animals given at the ghost. The chairman of the Somaliland Civil Service Commission, Sharmarke Ahmed Gele, opened a project to reform government employees in an event held in Somaliland's capital, Hargeisa. The chairman, speaking at the event, stated that the project is in the interest of government employees, who would benefit very much by having their salaries increased, their performance monitored, as well as additional school development training programs accompanied by establishing the retirement policy. He added that there has been no government policy as regards the retirement in the past 25 years. the country has been in existence and that it served a great obstacle to the youth to find jobs to cope with life circumstances. The chairman of the Somaliland Civil Service Commission further stressed that the Commission has now planned to present major reform programs within the line of government employees to encourage public sector workers in serving further dedication and commitment to their respective nation. Sharmarke Ahmed Gele commended government employees for their heroic perseverance and commitment to serving best their nation. At the time, there still have been unavoidable circumstances. It is the first such a conference has been held in Hargeisa by the Civil Service Commission to introduce retirement policy concerning public sector workers. So far, been working in a standby mode without having any such policies encouraging them to enhance performances. The former chairman of the Somaliland's Good Governance and Anti-Corruption Commission has transferred responsibility to the newly designated chairman. The former chairman of the Somaliland's Good Governance and Anti-Corruption Commission, Ahmed Mahamoud Madar, transferred responsibility to the newly designated chairman, Ahmed Mahamoud Jama'. The deputy chairman of the Somaliland's Good Governance and Anti-Corruption Commission provided the opening remarks at the event. He stated that the Commission has for so long been working on the government's plan at stamping out corruption in both public and private sector to encourage an environment free from mismanagement of responsibilities. He complimented the outgoing chairman of the Good Governance and Anti-Corruption Commission for his excellent dedication and commitment to ensuring a goal which is still government's priority in fighting corruption and encouraging transparency. The outgoing chairman of the Commission also spoke at the event. He discussed the necessity of the Commission's duty for the government as it's at the heart of all development goals to be achieved, and reiterated that the Commission needs to carry out its duty even with further dedication to ensure goals set have been accomplished and yet have not been succumbed to those previous achievements. He added that he would continue serving the Commission with his experience voluntarily and commended the Commission's employees for their cooperation in efforts that would not have been triumphed without them. The newly designated chairman of the Somaliland Commission for Good Governance and Anti-Corruption, Ahmed Mahamoud Jama', pledged that he would increase collective efforts towards ensuring major achievements as regards tasks ahead, and stressed that employees' performance would be monitored and rewarded per se. He added that he is more ardent in receiving cooperation of employees to prompt achievements as regards the duty of the Commission. And that's it for this edition of the English Bulletin. From me and the rest of the team, thank you for joining us. Catch us tomorrow at the same time.